Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have a diamond in the rough for you guys to meet. His name is Kolby Merritt. He is a safety out of Fayetteville State. Nice to have you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. And again, we're having not just a diamond in the rough, probably one of the top HBCU prospects this year. People really need to pay attention to what you have going on there at Fayetteville State. I will have to say, like, dude, over the past several years, it seems like there have been some solid players coming out of Fayetteville State, and perhaps you're going to be the guy to make it to the league and make a splash. So, but before we talk about anything else, give us just kind of a basis of who you are, man. Tell us, again, your name and where you're from.
My name is Kolby Merritt. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm the middle of three siblings. I have an older brother, Kenneth Merritt, a younger sister, Kennedy Merritt. Um, I guess my story is I came to Fayetteville State my freshman year. I started off as I was a film guy. So, I went through the whole season recording practices, recording games. I couldn't play it down. So that was 2019. The next year came, it was COVID. So COVID, we didn't have a season, unfortunately. So I kind of took that season to just train my body because after that 1 year of no football, I just said, I can't do this. Like I gotta play football. So when it came around for me to play football, my brother was a big help to me. And I just felt like I became a real coachable player. I just bought into the team and bought into what Coach Hayes was always preaching.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I had the opportunity to interview your brother
Oh
not
yeah.
too long ago, which is fun. And it seems like almost every season I interview at least one guy from Fayetteville State. A lot of good talent coming out of there. But Colby, let's backtrack a little bit. I want to kind of paint the picture of you and your story. Guy out of the Charlotte area, went to Vance High School. Talk about your high school days as an athlete.
High school was, I guess, probably one of my funnest times. Coach Aaron Brand, he was my head coach, one of the best coaches in North Carolina. Vance High School, he was pretty much a powerhouse in Charlotte. My senior year, went to the state championships. One of the leaders on the team. I was voted the captain by all of my teammates, by my coaches. But being at Vance, it kind of gave me a different type of confidence, I guess, because I know we played many good teams. We played against Drake May, who was just number one draft pick. One of his last games was against us because we sent him home in the playoffs. I got to throw that out there. But definitely, I say Vance prepared me for a lot. We have a lot of good players at Vance High School. Some you guys might know James Pierce, one of the top DNs right now from Tennessee. We all came from Vance, and I feel like the program itself really prepared us to for the next level.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a great program, as a football team there. But Colby, I also have in my notes you're a pretty good standout athlete on the track as well.
Oh yeah,
So, dude, I have in my notes that you were really a great triple jumper,
triple
47
jumper.
foot,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Talk about your time, doing track and field there at Vance.
So yeah, track and field was kind of a must. Coach made all players do it. So when I went out to practice, I always was pretty good at jumping. So my coach said, "Hey, do triple jump." The technique I had to get it down, but I started jumping 46. December meet fresh off of football season, and that put me in first. So I qualified for nationals in my first jump. And then that next season, to carry on to the spring, I was jumping 47 feet, as you said. I was kind of one of the top ranked. I think I finished seventh in the state and only because I think the number one player in the nation was at North Carolina, so he kind of had high hand on everybody. But I really think that I had a good stance with track. I had some D1 teams hit me up, but I always felt like football was my end goal.
Well, I will say, dude, I think it's a great thing that your coach does, kind of encourage guys to do
Hmm.
track,
Definitely.
because really for a lot of different players, like it just kind of helps. First of all, you stay in shape, but second of all, like you learn
Yeah.
about things like explosion, footwork, or
Yeah.
whatever, just kind of understanding your body, body awareness, that sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
and of course, dude, being able to do those things, I mean, I'm pretty sure it translates to the football field. I mean,
Definitely. Definitely.
it kind of has to. Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
uh, so anyhow, let's continue to talk through you and your journey. Obviously made your way there at Fayetteville State, where again, like you said, came in there early on and then boom, we have the pandemic, and life
Mhm.
is I don't we don't even know what in the world's going on in this world.
Everything just started turning around.
Uh,
Yep.
but talk to me about Fayetteville State first off. Do you, just kind of like as a student,
Um,
what does it mean to you, and how special is that university to you?
So Fayetteville State actually means a lot to me because I would honestly say coming out of high school, didn't know much about Fayetteville State. But when I got to the campus, it kind of made me realize they treat every student like family. They don't want you to get too far behind, especially the head coaches, because I can always say that I wasn't a perfect student, but the school never made me feel like I had to give up or, maybe you should take a break. No, they always said next time is your best time. So I always appreciate Fayetteville State. Coming from an HBCU, it means a lot to me, honestly. A lot of guys nowadays hit the transfer portal, and then I know my head coach. He said like after the last season, he was like, "Yeah, I know you got a chance. Are you going to leave?" And it was a definite no for me because coming from an HBCU kind of means a different meaning to me. Being able to say that you made it from somewhere that a lot of people try to downplay, I guess. And I honestly just feel like at Fayetteville State is just family orientated. Everything about it is just I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, early on, I mean, a lot of guys, let's just face it, coming out of high school, most guys want to go to the big dogs. I mean, especially
Mm,
out of North Carolina, like you want to go to UNC, Duke,
yeah,
NC
definitely,
State. I mean,
definitely.
and maybe not a lot of people are familiar with Fayetteville State. I mean, Fayetteville State's a pretty good program. They've been a
Yeah.
pretty good program for quite some time. Obviously, Division II school, longtime HBCU school. So, certainly an institution that people really need to, understand. I mean, it's just it's not
Definitely.
just one of these schools that we should forget about. But you know, of course, they're the guys that gave you the opportunity. You go out there, really to play alongside your brother.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I wanted to just kind of get your feel, just kind of for that experience overall. I mean, you talked about it briefly there at the beginning, but how has he influenced you, as a person and player?
So yeah, my brother, he's always been on my back since we was younger. I got to Fayetteville State. I never wanted the you're a little Kenny. That's everybody will call me that because I always wanted to make my own name, of course. But as I kind of got older, and it just made me feel like kind of a sign of respect because my brother he had a lot of respect in the program. All the players liked him, the coaches liked him, and I kind of just had a buy in to what he was preaching. He always kept me on the right track. Playing with him was kind of a big goal for us. We ended up getting a championship ring together. That was pretty great. But I just say playing with him, he taught me a lot about the game. Before practices, after practices, he'll make sure I was on top of my plays, never let me get too far behind because I was already coming in behind the eight ball because I missed the season. Some of the freshmen were there before I was, so they already had a season ahead of me. But I still kind of came in and it felt like I feel like I never missed a beat because he just always had my back.
And so, of course, he moves on. And you're the guy, you're the guy there,
Yeah.
who's really the dominant player at safety. First team all conference last year, and really you know, a lot of good ball from you last year. So, when I talk about you as a player, who is perhaps one of the top HBCU prospects this season, how does that hit you, man? Like, how do you respond to it?
I'm just very grateful because I just know that my name wouldn't be brought up for no reason. I've always put in the work, but I've never been a guy to try to glow or try to push my name out and try to be in like a negative impact because I just feel like if you have talent, they'll find you. And then I just appreciate guys like you. You guys actually look out for smaller schools because you know that there are diamonds in the rough, as you said, because every team, you never know. Because I know a guy just had a $70 million contract with the Broncos. Came from a D3 school, and then a lot of guys would have never known unless people like you would look out for us. So it's just a very grateful feeling.
And so, looking at you now as a guy who is is gonna be a prospect to look forward to this season, what do you feel separates you from the pack? Because obviously, man, there's a lot of guys at your position, you know, similar height, weight, that sort of thing. What do you
Mhm.
think separates you from everybody else?
That's a great question. So I feel like what separates me is just my love for the game and my energy on the field. I just feel like I'm a sideline to sideline type of player. I can be in any type of position. I feel like I'm very versatile on defense. I'm very comfortable in the box, up top at safety, even in the slot, guarding slot corners at nickelback. I just feel like I bring a different type of skill because at the end of the day, it's football, and I just feel like I'm one of the better football players. I just trust my game a lot, and I just feel like yeah, I'm definitely just pretty far ahead with the sideline to sideline. That's my go-to right there. I want to be an all-around player on the field.
Gotcha. And just to kind of play off of what you said there, first and foremost, I mean, you talked about your love for the game. So I got to ask, what is it about the game of football that you love the most?
Man, honestly, it's just a passion. Just I can say everything. I can list everything from the fans just warming up for games, even looking at the pregame list, seeing the pregame meal, the team warm up. I just seeing that it gets me kind of geeked up because football has always been there for me as a kid. Um, because it kind of kept me out of trouble. Because I know growing up in Charlotte, I guess a lot of bad groups, as you would say. But kind of kept me real focused, and football has just been an outlet for me to just express myself. I get on the field, I guess I'm a whole different person. You hear me yelling up and down the field. I'm just trying to be as loud as I can because at the end of the day, that's what you want to hear from a safety. I want to be able to drive the bus on the defense. So outside of football, I guess I'm more of a quiet, laid back guy. But just football, it allows me to flip a switch, and it's just nothing like it.
Cool. So let's talk about the Fayetteville State Broncos, man. I mean, again, like we had mentioned, fairly solid program. Wins, you guys tend to win, your fair share of games. And you're the safety there. But talk about maybe perhaps some of the other guys around you. Give a couple of your teammates some love here, man. Who else do we need coming
Definitely.
out of that
So
program?
we got some guys like Tyron Belcher, Malik Head, Don Woods. We got Shy Gaskins. We got a whole bunch of players. Joe Owens, my boy DJ Austin, Julian Miller, whole bunch of guys because these guys came in. Caden Davis is another one. These guys came in and they bought into the program. Joe Owens was a transfer for us, quarterbacking for us, and he brought a different type of leadership. Caden Davis, he just brings he, I guess, a good competition out of me because he likes to talk junk in practice. So just all the different personalities at Fayetteville State, it kind of just buys into where I just feel like it's a big brotherhood with us. And I just appreciate all my teammates, most definitely. Shout out to anybody I didn't name, but you guys know I love y'all, man.
No, I hear you. So what's it going to take for that team to come away with a championship once again this season?
Um, well, first and foremost, I just feel like this year we're gonna be a player-led team. Last year it was kind of we had seniors, but they wasn't really the leaders that we expected them to be. But this year we came in as a group of about seven of us. We just said we gotta put this on our shoulders. We can't put it all on the coaches. We gotta be able to hold these rules and not wait for coaches to say something like we can't wear slides in meetings and we can't have coaches having to say it every day because we know the rules. So if we know the rules, let's push that because that's all it's going to do is make the team better, make us come together. And once we in the same book, a lot of people like to say we got to be on the same page. Now, I feel like we should be on the same book, and I feel like we'll definitely get that ring.
Uh, same page, same book, same bookshelf, same library, whatever the hell you
Oh
want
yeah,
to say. But
oh yeah.
I totally get what you're saying. And really a lot to look forward to, for this season. Um, Give me perhaps I don't know, let's talk about one of your best highlights so far. Of course, we have one more season left to go, so maybe we haven't seen the best of you yet. But
Definitely.
what's been like the best game, best moment, or
Oh,
even play for you?
um, I just say, I guess it was my younger days, special teams. I take pride in special teams a lot. I know it's a couple plays. I had some double teams on punt. I'm throwing two guys off of me and I'm passing all of my teammates down the field to make big hits down the field. I just remember my first time actually playing the snap from my 2021 season because like you said, 2019 didn't play, 2020 was COVID. So my coach threw me in on kickoff, and in the first play, I made the big hit. And I just definitely feel like it kind of set me a different edge because it kind of boosted my energy to carry me out through the rest of this time.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you don't love going out there on special teams and running down and smashing into somebody, like I don't know what to
Oh
tell
yeah,
you.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
But Colby, what else we got to know about you other than the fact that you're a very hungry football player? You talked a little bit about maybe you're just a little maybe a little chill outside of the game, but what else do we need to know about you, dude? Any hobbies,
Um,
interests, or something?
So a lot of hobbies I like to get into. I'm in a fraternity on Mega Psi Phi, so I kind of do a lot of work around the community. We've been to several schools in Fayetteville. I can list them like 71st Middle School, Southwest. We went to School of the Arts. We go there. I read the kids before. We host different events. I'm also trying to do like a big brother mentoring thing where I had two of my younger friends. Well, they had two sons, so I kind of look after them. I guess every Saturday, I think it is now, and I just have them work out with me, just spend a day with me, stuff like that. I just like giving back to people because I know growing up, seeing players in my position would have meant a lot to me, and to have me being around them, and I just feel like I'm helping their day out more, and then that's just great for me.
Cool. Completely non-football related question. Colby, every once in a while, I might find myself driving down to I-95, making my way down to North Carolina. It does take me a few hours to get there. Um, what's the one spot that you would say I have to go to, whether it be a restaurant or some place that you love to go?
Okay, if you come to Fayetteville, I say Kickback Jacks have the best wings there. If not, if you like a hibachi type of thing, Miyabi's Juniors, that's the go-to right there for us.
All right, appreciate that. Uh, Obviously, again, growing up in the North Carolina area, and I don't know who perhaps you might have been a big fan of growing up. Who would that have been for you? Would it have been somebody on defense, or were you like a Panther fan? I mean, what's the whole
Um,
thing?
I guess I was actually a Steelers fan as growing up, so Troy Polamalu is a big one. Even though our rival was the Ravens, Ed Reed kind of caught my eye younger, but a guy that I really look after was Sean Taylor. He was the number one guy. I watch him. I watch his highlights still before every game. Him and Brian Dawkins, because I just feel like the energy that they had. Sean Taylor, I kind of feel like I related to him because he was a quiet guy, but on the field he was just a different type of demon, and that's just what I hope to be, even somewhat close to that.
Yeah, he was lethal on the
Oh
football
yeah,
field. That's
definitely, definitely.
that's the adjective I got to give him. But definitely, definitely. Well, at some point, man, you may actually end up getting a chance to go to the next level. Hopefully, after a solid season ahead of you. As we close up shop, tell everybody what's to expect out of Fayetteville, what's to expect out of you this season, and why they need to pay attention to this D2 kid out of North Carolina.
So I'm gonna hit off what they said from Fayetteville State. Well, for sure, expect the same aggressive defense. Our defense has always been pretty good these past couple seasons. This year, I just hope to see you guys watch me try to control the defense. I guess make sure all my players are lined up because I just want to be as fast and aggressive as possible. I know our offense, they're also getting better. We have a new OC coming in, and I know their playbook has opened up a lot. So expect a lot of points this season and still some good Bronco defense. Personally, for me. This year I kind of want to get into like a ball hawk type of year. I know I have a lot of film of me making tackles, getting behind the tackles for loss, forced fumbles, this and that. But this year I want to really harp on interceptions, pass deflections, because once I get that in my memo and also some touchdowns in there every now and then, hopefully, some pick sixes, that'll be great too. And then what was the last one?
Oh, just talk to all those scouts out there and tell them why they need to pay attention to you this season.
Mm. Well, honestly, I just feel like if they're hearing about me right now, it's not for any reason. It's not for no reason. I'm coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. My name's Kolby Merritt. Probably a real humble kid that you wanted to ever meet. I just appreciate everything that's ever came after me. I appreciate you for talking to me today. But football is just it's just my passion. There's nothing like it. I wouldn't put anything over if I ever had a chance to just support my family because that's actually my main goal is just to give back to my family because all these years they supported for me. And I know that football is just my way of showing how I just appreciate everything. My dad loves me watching football. He loves watching me play football. So it's always been a goal for me just keep it going as long as possible.
Great. Well, I mean, obviously one of the team leaders there for Fayetteville State, first team all conference last year, fixing to do it once again, maybe perhaps being an All-American and
Yes, sir.
more.
That's the goal right
Uh,
there. That's the one
so,
right there. Hmm.
Colby, appreciate you and want to wish you all the best this season. Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Sure. Once again, we got Kolby Merritt, safety out of Fayetteville State. Check him out this season.